Julie, I'm a psychologist and the brand new founder of Nazali, which helps female entrepreneurs, female because they face specific challenges, and we help them develop themselves as a person so they can develop their business in a more sustainable way and one that makes them happy. So I see a lot of different things, of course. Most important mental health issues that entrepreneurs face are stress that can become burnout, even depression, anxiety, loneliness. And for each entrepreneur, this means other symptoms. It can be insomnia, restlessness, tension, physical tension, tension in relationships. You can see a lot of different things. Those are really mental health issues. Besides that, you also have a lot of other mental related topics that are not labeled as mental health issues. And then I think of imposter syndrome, a lack of confidence, lack of self-esteem, thoughts that you can have, work-life balance. So all those things can also have an impact on entrepreneurs. I think it is very common in entrepreneurs, but I think entrepreneurs show it less than employees do. And I think that's mainly because of two things. First, they have the kick and happiness of creating their own business, which compensates for the stress and burnout. And on the other hand, I think they feel like they have less choice, because if they fall out, there's no business anymore. And the smaller the business is, the bigger the impact of falling out has on the business. They can, of course, integrate timeouts. You might think of it as a bodybuilder who wants to develop his muscles. He knows that he cannot train the same muscles 2 days in a row, that he has to incorporate some recuperation in his routine. And for an entrepreneur, it's exactly the same. You cannot work all the time. You have to integrate some recuperation time as well. And the idea is really to find a balance between recuperation time and contraction time. Life is always about that balance. Another thing you can pay attention to is to have a balance between the different areas in your life that are important for you. So that is work, of course, but also family, hobbies, sports, etc. So it's finding your balance. There's not one life fits all. You really have to find what suits you and what's best for you. Another few tips: asking for help or delegate if you experience you find that it's too much. Entrepreneurship is a journey, so be patient. Maybe check if your expectations aren't too high. If they are, set some more realistic expectations and just go for it step by step. So, as for all emotions, the first thing to do is welcoming, accepting, and understanding the emotions. As I see in a lot of different clients, there is a variety of reasons why you might feel a feeling, in this case loneliness. What we see is that loneliness can be because you don't like to be physically on your own. Then you can consider working from a co-working space or even a cafe, even once or twice a week. If you feel like you're the only one experiencing what you're experiencing, you don't have a lot of entrepreneurs in your entourage, maybe you can join a networking community or even just go to networking events with like-minded entrepreneurs. And if really you don't like to work alone, then you might consider finding an associate. As entrepreneurs, we usually started being an entrepreneur because we wanted to be free. We don't have a boss that tells us to work from 9 to 5, and that's just great. But what I see oftentimes is that entrepreneurs start working kind of all the time, which isn't the purpose either. So the idea is to find your own boundaries, not boundaries that others impose to you. You might want to work from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's fine. You want to work during weekends, that's fine too. The idea is to find your own boundaries, not to have no boundaries at all. So what I suggest is that you ask yourself, how do I want to work? What is my ideal work schedule? And then respect your own boundaries. Again, there's no one life fits all. Financial stress can be huge indeed, and if the stress is too high, it can prevent you from working serenely. So 2 basic tips. One exercise I do a lot with my clients is, what's the worst case scenario? But really the worst case, and what would you do at that moment? And usually what we see is that it's not that bad, so it helps releasing the pressure a little bit. And the second thing is, know your numbers. So this means know how much you need to live every month, know how much you have as a saving and how much you can use to live even if you have 0 income or a little income. And then you know, for example, if you have 6 months of income, you know for 6 months that you don't have to put yourself too much pressure, and this can help as well to lower the stress a little bit. I love working with entrepreneurs because usually they get things really quickly and they take action, and that's how things evolve the quickest. And I just love to witness them evolving and blooming. It's just amazing to see. Know yourself. Know yourself and create a life, find solutions based on who you are, not on what others or society expect from you. That's the best way to be happy, to create a business that suits you, which means it will be sustainable, and it will help you to be resilient because you'll easily know how to react to unpredictable situations, and we know as entrepreneurs that we always have those.